Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
You wanted to keep her.
I did. I wanted to
She
try
didn't
to
want to
work
be
through
with you
things.
anymore.
No, she didn't. And I
Okay.
also...
Did you go to her job?
I did.
Did you call her?
I don't recall exact words
That's
that
a yes.
I said, but...
That's
okay.
a yes. You did. You did. In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. You want him to pay $628.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, knock my socks off. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. The law talks about something may in fact be true, but can they prove it? And that's what's tough.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Tina Francis claims she was harassed at home and blames her ex-husband for her hostile living environment. Ms. Francis is suing Sean Dozier in the amount of $5,000. Mr. Dozier claims he's been exiled from the family home since the divorce and has no knowledge of what goes on there.
This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. This $5,000 with your ex-husband is because?
Hello, Your Honor. It's
Hello.
for private nuisance.
Right. And what was it that was going on between the two of you?
We had been married 5 years.
Yes.
We were together a total of 6, and it was really, really beautiful in the beginning.
Always is.
When we had our 5-year anniversary, it kind of came to a head. Sean was experiencing a lot of pressure at the fire department to have a certain lifestyle, to have a stay-at-home wife that would have dinner ready, that sort of thing.
This is your perception of what was going on.
This is my perception of it.
All right, Mr. Dozier, is that perception accurate, sir?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Tell me what you believe.
In the beginning, things were wonderful, like she said.
They always are.
We had our ups and downs. My parents have been married 25 years. I grew up in a home. You know, divorce is just not something I'm familiar with, and it is not something I wanted.
The woman that he fell in love with, the woman I was a driven woman. I grew up in a really poor situation. My family pushed me for an education, pushed me to have a career, and that's where I was headed when we got together, and that's where I'm still headed in my life.
Did you meet his parents before you got married?
I did, sir.
He told you through his actions and what you saw that this is what I want. He didn't really change, right? He was a fireman. He was like, I want a traditional wife. I want this type of lifestyle.
Your Honor,
and you were thinking, okay, I can maybe work with that.
Well, his family did warn him not to be with me. So they did know that I was independent. They did know that I was career-driven.
I'm not talking about them. I'm saying that what you married is the same person that I'm looking at right now, correct?
He's pretty much the same. We both are in a lot of ways.
Right. So when you were thinking this is going to work and you were driven and you had this drive and motivation, well, you knew that that was in conflict with what he was about.
You know, you're right, Your Honor. It's something that occurred. I'm so sorry. This is very emotional for me.
Take your time.
2.5 years in, I knew it was probably a bad decision for us to be together.
Because?
And I really tried to stay by him because he was starting to develop that idea that he wanted me home more, and my career was advancing. I was getting promotions. I was going from secretary and moving forward in my career. So...
Was that an issue for you, sir?
It was, Your Honor.
Two of you don't have any kids, do you?
We don't.
You were thinking about starting a family and you wanted her to assume a more traditional role as a woman who would be more focused on the kids and you focus more on your career?
Well, Your Honor,
is that what you wanted?
I certainly did want to have kids. As I said, I'm a firefighter. I'm the youngest guy at the station, and you know, these other guys.
You had a certain expectation of what the journey was going to look like.
I do have certain things that I want out of a marriage and expectations.
And people grow and things change, and you felt like, you know what, this is not going to work.
Well, at our
Who initiated the proceedings to dissolve the marriage?
Your Honor, at our 5-year anniversary dinner, I decided that night that I wanted a separation, and I
The
asked,
night of the 5-year anniversary.
He got so intoxicated, it got so out of control. He demanded that I quit my job, and I knew that I could not do that. I knew I had to change something in my life, and so we had to break that day. I got some time alone. I had 2 weeks to think, and I decided that the separation would end up leading to a divorce.
All right. And you moved out, sir?
Yes, I was thrown out of my home. I was asked to leave my own home, in which I legally was able to be there, but I feel that I respected that. I gave her back the only key that I had to the home.
Is that true?
He did give me back the key.
All right. He gave you back the key. He said, this is what you want. It's not working out. I'll move out. And then we go from there to what happened next?
Now, that all started about a year ago, and around 6 months ago, the divorce started.
Was there ever any talk of reconciliation?
You know, he had mentioned trying it out, but
you weren't interested.
We had restraining orders against each other.
Why did you have a restraining order against him?
He came to my work. He called me a. He accused me of cheating. It was horrible.
Your Honor.
He was angry and hurt and devastated that you didn't want to stay married to him.
I was only speaking my truth, and that's all
fine.
I know.
I'm just saying that was his reaction. You wanted to keep her.
I did. I wanted to try.
She didn't
to
want to be with you anymore.
No, she didn't. And I also.
Did you go to her job?
I did.
Did you call her?
I don't recall exact words
That's
that
a yes.
I said, but
that's a yes. You did. You did.
There's also a restraining order. She, as well, had come to my work. Had called me.
You were causing her to be in fear of her safety?
I don't believe that I was.
Were you in fear of your safety?
I have been so afraid for my safety for the past 6 months, especially.
You were making her feel afraid of you.
Your Honor, I've done nothing but take care of her from a bad family situation, protect her.
She doesn't want to be with you anymore. You're going to have to get over it.
Coming up on America's Court.
You brought someone here today that broke into your house, and he's your witness?
Absolutely, sir.
And later.
Wait, who was dancing on the pool table?
Her and a couple other
You were
ladies
dancing on your own pool table?
Yeah,
earlier she was.
I do that sometimes if I'm in the mood.
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Tina Francis, who is suing Sean Dozier for $5,000.
Why are we here?
We're here because after I put the security system in, I got a phone call while I was at work, and there was a break-in. The police officers were going to meet me there at the house. Police officers were going to meet me there, and when I met them there, they had someone in the backseat of the police car who I recognized, Your Honor.
And that person was?
That person is someone who I brought here today, a very good friend of my ex-husband, Sean.
You brought someone here today that broke into your house, and he's your witness?
Absolutely, sir.
I want to hear this. Where is the person?
There's a gentleman outside. I believe that's the...
Deputy Thomas, have him brought in, please.
Sure. Sir, you come on in. Yes, sir. You stand right over there, please.
Yes, sir.
He's been sworn also, sir.
Your last name?
My last name is Dahmer, sir.
All right. Sir, what would you like to add? Why do you believe you're here today?
Well, first I want to apologize to Tina for what I did.
I'm sure you already did that.
Yeah, I did, sir.
Okay.
I did, sir.
We start there.
Okay.
Now, Ms. Francis, he's here to testify regarding what?
I asked him in the backseat of that police officer car, I asked him why he was here and why he was doing this.
Okay, and what was your response?
I said I was doing it for Sean, because he told me that she had been cheating on him and treating him really bad and arguing with him all the time, and he wanted to get revenge because she deserved karma. And what he had me do initially is he had me go through her trash because he wanted to find evidence that she was cheating on him, Your Honor. And so I went through the trash and...
Stop. Do you know this man?
Yes, I know this man. He's a drunk who lives down the street
I do
in a
drink,
trailer
Your Honor, but I'm
home
not drunk.
in his mother's driveway.
Oh, hold on a moment. He said you're a drunk.
I drink, Your Honor, but I'm trying to get better.
All right. You're struggling with alcohol.
Yes, sir.
They met in AA, Your Honor.
Who's they?
Sean and John.
Have you gone to AA meetings?
I have.
Right. That's Rich, referring to him as a drunk.
Yes.
My
He has
ex-husband.
continued to drink.
How often
I've
were you
seen
going
him.
to AA meetings?
I have not been going recently.
How often had you been going?
I had been going twice a week,
For how long of a period of time?
a year,
What's step one?
admitting I was powerless over alcohol
And?
and that my life had become unmanageable.
Stop. This gentleman here has just said that you were the person that told him to do these things. I'm going to give you an opportunity right now to make amends by telling your truth. What say you?
The truth is that
Look at me.
The truth is that I have spoken with John about problems in our relationship, with Tina and I in my marriage. And the truth is that maybe I believe at a time when we were drinking, I had encouraged such behavior.
Got it. The $5,000 represents what?
It represents the cost of the security system.
Show me. Mr. Dahmers,
Yes,
how
sir.
are you doing with your alcohol issues, sir?
I'm trying, Your Honor. I'm struggling.
Why are you struggling, sir? Are you still going to your meetings?
Yes, sir. I'm trying. I go. I don't make it to everyone, but I go.
Do you have a sponsor?
Well, Sean was working with me before, and we're getting a new sponsor now.
Karma is a very interesting word.
Yes, sir.
Because everyone will experience it. You did that?
Yes, sir. I felt that's what John wanted me to do. And after I did it, sir, he called me up and started cursing at me and things like that. So I realized he really wasn't a friend. And so to get the $800 he promised me, I broke into the house. Well, I didn't break into the house. I used the key that he gave me, Your Honor.
The key
you're gonna have to get serious about your recovery.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because if you're allowing someone else to cause you to commit crimes, if you don't get it together, you're going to be locked up for a really long time. And if nothing else, I appreciate you being honest.
Thank you.
And that's why it makes sense to me now that you said I want to apologize to her again, because you're making amends even by showing up here.
Yes, sir. I'm trying, sir. I'm trying.
2/3 of the people incarcerated right now are there because of substance abuse issues. You do not want to be one of those people, sir.
No, sir.
You didn't press charges.
No, I did not.
Thank you.
Okay. I get it. Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the plaintiff. You're going to pay for that security system. In fact, had you asked for additional money, I see here that you had to pay $300 to paint the garage. I would have given you that as well. You're going to lose that job. Everything that's dear to you is going to be lost. Because clearly you haven't hit rock bottom yet. $5,000 is your judgment. Case closed.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $5,000.
I'm going to work on forgiving my ex-husband, putting the harassment behind me, and moving on with my life.
The judge's ruling was harsh, but the message was received. I have a lot of work ahead of me, and I'll have to face the fact that my marriage is over.
And coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
And the pool table said, you gonna learn today.
I learned a lot of things, mostly gravity.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Carol Hunter threw a party to celebrate her boyfriend's promotion and ended up with a broken pool table. Ms. Hunter is suing Graham Pratt in the amount of $750. Mr. Pratt claims the pool table broke because it was old, wobbly, and was barely standing to begin with. He's countersuing for $2,320 due to a back injury he sustained at the plaintiff's home.
You're suing Mr. Pratt here for $750. He broke your pool table.
He did.
You're countersuing her for $2,320 because you got injured in falling from the pool table.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to start with you.
Thanks.
What's the deal with the dancing on the pool tables?
Well, it's fun, but other than that...
I didn't realize that was the whole purpose of a pool table.
So I hosted a party for Jarvis, my boyfriend.
Is this your boyfriend right here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, coming up? Because I know you are involved. You have a relationship with Mr. Pratt, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your last name?
Dale.
Mr. Dale. You said used to Mr. Pratt. What was the relationship prior to this incident with Mr. Dale?
We were the best of friends.
Best of friends.
We go to all the clubs together.
All the clubs together.
Yeah, we always had fun. We always had a blast, Your Honor.
Always had a blast.
Yeah, until she came in the play.
And then she came into play.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry I did that. I brought him happiness and love and
Shame on you.
I know.
Get out of my
And I
courtroom.
hosted a party, hospitality.
Where I had to bring all the party favors.
Now wait a minute. What was it? I heard Mr. Pratt talk about the relationship. Mr. Dale, what was is that correct that you all were hanging and pretty tight?
Good friends. We met at work, and we started hanging out after work.
Your level of enthusiasm for the friendship pales in comparison.
He's trying to hold back, Your Honor, because the stuff we used to do, he doesn't want his girl to
It's
hear.
in the past.
Or maybe he doesn't value the friendship as much as you think.
Coming up on America's Court.
You had to eat a little humble pie.
I did, and it's the horrible taste ever.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Carol Hunter, who is suing Graham Pratt for $750.
Everyone's at the party.
Having a great time.
Having a great time.
Yeah, a pretty nice turnout. We started doing a pool tournament. I have a pool table of like a game room.
There were people that said, I want to be a part of this pool tournament.
Yeah, it was
and you were one of the people.
I was definitely one of them. I was actually the champion.
Okay.
Until she wanted to come
winning.
along.
He was winning.
He was beating all the other people. And it was like a round robin. If you play and win, you stay, and otherwise you go.
Correct.
And you were just knocking them out.
Knocking them down.
Knocking them down, man.
Yes, right.
Knocking them down. And then?
He is cocky and drunk and beckoned me to, he was like challenging me over and over. And I was like,
and
nah,
I was
man,
winning
it's
at
cool.
first.
It's my pool table. I know how to play. And and then finally I played him.
Did she beat you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you talking a lot of trash?
She won, Your Honor.
Okay.
She won. I'll give that to her.
So you had to eat a little humble pie.
I did, and it's
did.
the horrible taste ever.
Oh.
One of the most. But what she did afterwards, she just started just prancing around, you know, and high-fiving everybody.
And you respond by getting on top of the pool table?
Well, what happened was, I saw her and her girls dancing earlier. Saw her and her girls dancing on the pool table earlier.
Wait, who was dancing on the pool table?
Her and a couple other
You were
ladies
dancing
who
on your
out there.
own pool table?
Yeah,
Earlier she was.
I do that sometimes if I'm in the mood.
Okay.
I'm a little girl. It's a big pool table.
It's a nice
Sure.
ancient pool table.
Okay.
Wobbly pool table. I'm going to throw that in there.
And the pool table said, you gonna learn today.
I learned a lot of things, mostly gravity.
And what
with
happened?
The pool table. I ended up falling. Okay, but I hurt my back, Your Honor.
Had you been drinking?
I had a few shots.
No.
7.
Okay.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
The damages she sustained, I believe that you contributed to the damage. I also believe that other people getting on the table, including you, contributed to the table falling apart. I'm going to award you $300 for the repair of that table.
Thank you.
That is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $300.
$300 will definitely help with the cost of the pool table. I just hope Graham can find a girlfriend of his own.
I wasn't the only one on the pool table. But I mean, it fell while I was on it, so I got to pay for it.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.